So this is one of Saudi Arabia's great footballing rivalries. And Al Hilal and
Neves is there to your left, sitting in the middle of a back three, who plays a central defender, which will allow them to have attacking options in the wide area. And Theo Hernandez and Al Yami. Theo Hernandez has been such a good signing offensively for Al Hilal. The goals that he scored this season. Tried a Panenka chip over the attacker, cost his team a goal, and they should have done better with the second. Two goalkeepers on show tonight that probably at the beginning of the season weren't expecting to be number ones.
Nassr trying to force the ball into the box. It's Darwin Nunez. Al Dorsari, having played the passes, trying to get up there, and Malcolm is also an available option. That's the one that Nunez uses. Savic. Al Yami.
You know, it's going to be a really intriguing evening this evening, because quite often when we watch these two teams play against other teams, the opposition are trying to thwart what Al Nassr and Al Hilal are trying to do. Whereas actually early signs are tonight that both teams are set up to go and win this game. They're both set up in a way how they can hurt the opposition. This is going to be a cracker, it really is.
Malcolm bending it into the path of Theo Hernandez, who hooked across in with enough intent and danger that Al Nassr have conceded the corner.
Been defensively susceptible of late, Al Nassr, something that you wouldn't attribute them to earlier on in the season. Conceded 2 against Etifak, 2 against Al Akli, and another 2 against Qadsiya. 7 in the last 3 games. Can't continue to do that.
First set-piece opportunity of the evening then for Al Hilal. Ruben Neves. Milinkovic-Savic did keep it active. Or did he? Nope, maybe that ball crossed the line marginally before the Serbian could hook one of those long legs.
It looked like Neves had overhit the corner to start with. Milinkovic-Savic gets round the back, does really well to keep it in play. Tall attacking midfielder, but he's not quite as tall as his brother, who plays in Napoli, played last night in the 2-2 draw with Inter Milan. He's a very good goalkeeper, his brother, actually.
Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, that being. Here's Ronaldo. Intercepted by another Portuguese, Ruben Neves. Headed away by Al Yami for Al Hilal. Angelo. You would expect there's an intensity about these first 6 minutes. Ayman Yaya. First genuine spell of Al Nassr possession now.
You can see the defensive shape that Al Hilal take up. Inzaghi, it's something that he works extremely hard on, his team shape. You can see the back 5, the defensive line. They've become a team that are comfortable without possession as well as with the ball. They're very comfortable at what they do, Al Hilal. João Felix will play in and around Cristiano Ronaldo.
His first return to this stadium since his departure last year. Ooh, an awkward one there. Goodness me. Mohamed Al Yami, nobody around. Looked too short, did he?
Gets caught out there, the goalkeeper. I'm not so sure that Al Bouchal meant that towards the goal. Goalkeeper misreads the trajectory of the ball. Realised that he was going to carry it over his line, lets it go for a corner. Indecisive from the goalkeeper.
Saw Neves' eyes widen there as Al Yami dropped it, and he suddenly thought, I need to do something. Al Hilal will feel that this is a rather needless corner to have conceded. Kingsley Coman. Brozovic. Coman again. Felix. Seemed to use feet rather than hands that time. Al Yami clears.
Strange decision from Al Yami. You can see that that's rocked the goalkeeper's confidence. He didn't want that ball anywhere near him. Surely that was just a straightforward pick-up for the goalkeeper.
Well, he isn't the regular number 1, is he, for Al Hilal, because that responsibility belongs to Bono, but Bono's away at the moment at the Africa Cup of Nations. Morocco have got a semi-final this week. So he's absent, and then of course you've got the Senegalese pair from both sides of Kalidou Koulibaly and Sadio Mane, who also have a Final Four in AFCON to play this week.
I think looking at Al Nassr's results and the way that the team's shaped up, they're the ones that have missed Mane more than anybody else. Actually, Angelo's playing on the left-hand side this evening. We've seen Wesley play there, we've seen George Jesus shuffle his pack, Kingsley Coman's played there, Wesley's played on the right, but actually nobody's slotted into that left-hand side in the way that Mane has done. When you look at the goals that he's got this season, Sadio Mane, 3 goals and 4 assists already, and that's the amount of games that he's played.
Yaya giving it back to Angelo. Angelo hoping that somebody had made that run towards the near post. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Offside flag is up. Tight one.
Would have been close. Assistant on the far side was confident. The flag went up early.
4 goals this season for Angelo. Just the one in the Saudi Pro League. That was back in November in an away game at Nyon. I mean, we associate the Kingdom Arena with being feverish, but on a night like this, it's just another level.
It's a special occasion, the capital derby, it really is. We were fortunate to be here last season, and we saw Nassr take all the points away. But when the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia puts on a show, this is what it looks like. For those of you joining us for the first time this evening, the Kingdom Arena, it's all enclosed, completely air-conditioned, not that it needs to be at this time of the year. It really is a special football stadium. It's not a football stadium, not purpose-built. It's a boxing arena. The shows that they put on here are phenomenal. But the supporters here, the home support for Al Hilal, they're used to success and they demand success. But they're extremely vocal, as are the travelling Al Nassr fans.
And 2 absolute heavyweights in the ring tonight. Malcolm, who was coming back from an offside position, came active when he went chasing. A bit savage, using his body well to win it for Al Hilal. Malcolm tried to find a way past Martinez. Now got 3 to contend with. Now Yami was joining in as well. Brozovic. Coman reaches in. Ronaldo waits, retrieves, has options. Joao Felix. Coman has drifted out to this opposite side now. Joao Felix, too high for even the spring in the boots of Ronaldo.
That was a chance. That was a really good position that Joao Felix took up. Cristiano Ronaldo expected a better ball. That is what you preach, Inzaghi. He's a fine one to talk. When you watch him up and down his technical area that he never stays in. He's a brilliant touchline watch. Him and George Jesus tonight will be absolute box office. Neither of them stay anywhere near the technical area. They'll be up and down the touchline.
Well, it's goalless, but I wouldn't expect it to stay that way. This fixture has brought us 294 goals through the years. Very healthy average of 3 per game. Tend to get fireworks when Al Hilal and Al Nassr cross paths.
It's huge bragging rights, isn't it? It's as big as any derby that you want to look at for the people in this city of Riyadh. Quite fortunate we have the Jeddah derby, the Riyadh derby, the East Coast derby. We used to have them all on the same weekend, but they're now spread through the season. And Al Nassr were the last ones to win this fixture. They had the bragging rights on the right-hand side. Goalkeeper not looking very comfortable. Clearly wasn't a goal. Get to see again. It was than we actually thought. Took his chances there. Mohamed Al Yami, the Al Hilal goal. Would have been an unlikely goal scorer from Nawaf Al Bouchal.
A few eyes on Mohamed Simakan tonight to see how that thigh stands up, having just returned from injury.
He's a good player, you know, Simakan. I really do think he's a good player. I know Al-Amri's come in and done well.
Angelo, a little glance to see if he was offside there. He's not seen the flag go up. now the flag has gone up, and I think that's probably why he was looking his direction. He knew.
Well, he shouldn't be. I'd say every single week he's looking all the way across that defensive line. George Jesus not happy with his goalkeeper, and Angelo. There you go, there's his reaction, because he knows what a mess that Al-Akidi made last week. Finds it very hard to hide his emotions, George Jesus. He's one of those managers that you know exactly where you stand with him.